So in this video, I'm going to talk about setting the amp gains on your amplifiers. In my last video, I talked about finding the max volume that you could cut your head unit at before it distorts. And the only accurate way, the proper way to set your amplifier gain is you have to know where your head unit starts to distort, or at least to get the most out of your head unit, where the max volume on your head unit distorts, so you can properly set your amp gains here. You don't want to, as I talked about a little bit in my last video, when setting a head unit, you don't want to like guess and turn it up 3/4 of the way and all that kind of thing. Using the DD-1 here, you get a nice accurate gain setting. I'm not gonna do this from my mids amp because I don't feel like unhooking all them speaker wires, but it's really the same process. Make sure that before you go to set your gains, make sure you unhook your speakers. Pardon me. If you have a bass remote knob, make sure, I don't have one for this one, make sure it would be turned all the way up. And just real quickly, you turn the bass knob all the way up on this when you set your gain. That way it's already its max setting. People may set it to halfway. They may set your bass knob to halfway and then set your gains. Well, you get in, your wife, your buddy, or somebody gets in, for whatever reason, they turn your bass knob all the way up. Now all of a sudden you could potentially introduce clipping into your system because you've basically got the voltage up. Setting the gains, also turn your infrasonic filter to off. You can cut it back on later. Punch EQ, which is basically that is what Rockford calls bass boost. Cut it to minimum or off, and don't ever cut it back on. That's general rule of thumb, no bass boost. Your low pass filter, set that to in this case you want wide open all the way to the right. You want all frequencies to be able to pass through. And of course your gain is going to be set to minimum. Now the test tones that you set it with, you can either have you can either start to set it with a 40 hertz, which by the way 40 hertz is what you're going to set your amplifier gain to. That's the test tone. Quick edit, I should have said bass amp there, just to be clear, but yeah, all 40 hertz tones are what you test your bass amp with. Just wanted to be clear on that. It would be 1000 hertz or 1 kilohertz for your mids amp. But in this case, you can either set it to -5 dB, -10, or -15. So once you have everything set up here and you play, you're just gonna play your test tone. Also, just as a reminder, make sure your phone volume level is all the way up. Just gonna play it. I'm gonna cut the DD-1 on. DD-1 detects your 40 hertz signal. So anyway, your volume on your head unit set all the way to its max, and really at this point all you're going to do now is you're going to turn your gain up until you see distortion. See distortion? There's no distortion there. Turn that gain up just a hair, you have distortion. Back it off, your light goes off, you're good right there. Now your amp gain is set properly, and that's it. I mean, it's just that easy. So that here again, that's why I like using this DD-1. Really nice to have. You're not doing, don't try to set it with a multimeter, don't try to guess. Oscilloscope, yeah, you can, but really and truthfully, your DD-1's the way to go. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.